everybody. I am Eric Lebersfeld, and welcome to another episode of Capital Lighting's interactive content videocast we call CLIC. With CLIC, we're bringing you the thought leaders in home furnishings, including the country's most innovative and dynamic interior designers. We have a great program for you today. We're going to be speaking with one of the most award-winning designers in South Florida, the inimitable Joe Fava of Fava Design Group. Stay with us, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Vanilla Ice, and I'm here to talk to you about Lights, Lights, Baby. That's right, I found the perfect place to go for all your lighting needs. It's Capital Lighting. They've been around since 1924, and they have the experience, knowledge, and selection to help you find the perfect light for your home. You're going to find the better brands, best prices, guaranteed. So go see my friends at Capital Lighting, and don't forget to check out my show, The Vanilla Ice Project, on DIY Network or HGTV.
Joe, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you here.
Thank you, Eric. It's a pleasure.
So tell me a little bit about Joe Fava. You've been in South Florida for a little bit now.
I moved down here in '97 to start my career in design. I had previously worked for a family business in the produce industry.
Family business is very challenging.
It was very tough, very tough. Most people don't know that I can drive a forklift. So
is that what you were doing? You were driving a forklift?
I was driving a forklift.
That's great.
Working the docks, and then realized that this was not the life that I envisioned for myself.
How long did you drive a forklift?
5 years.
That's a long time to drive a forklift.
That's a lot of produce moving back and forth.
All right, that's pretty cool. And you grew up in Baltimore?
I grew up in Baltimore.
So you a Ravens fan?
Sure. Yes, I am.
As much as more than the Dolphins? I don't know. I don't want to get you in trouble. But you found your way to South Florida, and you studied at?
The Art Institute.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
I did a program there, and then worked for a firm, became licensed, and then started my own firm about 10 years ago.
And you haven't looked back?
I have not looked back. It's been great.
Well, that's awesome. We're going to get to some of your work in a minute, but we're going to take a quick pause, and we'll be right back with Joe Fava.
Kids, your mother and I have something very important to tell you.
Right.
Well, I guess the thing is, see...
Well, what your father's trying to say is... Well, you're adopted. Who's up for Jenga?
It's on. The Capital Lighting Sale. Largest selection, lowest price.
CLIC.
So let's talk about a little bit about your design, because your work is it's very different, it's very bold. You love strong use of color. Tell me about what inspires you when you think about designing a room.
I do like to use a lot of color. I think that overall it's a great way to add impact to a space. Mm-hmm. And I also think that color, at least from my perspective, it gives a client the opportunity to be a little bit more unique in the design process and what we achieve overall. So I like to incorporate bold color, sapphire blues, oranges, reds, whenever I can. Most of our design is unique to each client that we work with. So each project is usually very different from the previous one. Some people like more color, some don't. So we definitely modify it depending on the client.
So you spend probably a good amount of time getting to know the people you're designing the houses for and what they're looking for. I assume that's how you start the project.
Yes, I think a designer knows a lot about their client by the end of the project. Maybe a little too much sometimes.
You get involved? You get involved.
We get very involved. But I think once you're taking a client shopping through the design center or the showrooms, mm-hmm. you really do get a feel for what makes them tick and what are the things that attract them. So I think the meetings, the client designer meetings are really important. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times clients bring something to the table. They bring a look that they've seen or a movie set that they liked and inspired them. Right. So we work around that and we fine tune what their overall vision is.
Well, obviously you're a good fan of Capital Lighting. One of those pictures, maybe we'll bring it up again, of the big Da Vinci ball from Sean Beck. Where did you use that?
I actually used that in a project in Sanibel.
Sanibel.
It's a vacation home for a couple, actually from Maryland, and they wanted a boutique Miami Beach look.
Okay.
And the house was very contemporary. And we really did struggle on what fixture was going to go over the dining table because the ceilings were approaching 30 feet high.
Uh-huh.
And so we needed something big and bold, and that's what we wound up with.
It's really a great looking room. I'm sure it's wonderful when you're there. They can change the color on it. And
they change the color depending on, they have a big party in February for Valentine's Day.
Yes, it'll be red.
Usually red. Orange for Halloween. So they have a lot of fun with it.
Awesome. And I saw a lot of your work is done in outdoor spaces.
Yes.
Porches and total backyards, and outdoor living is really even in Florida, even where it's warm all year round. I guess they use that space all year.
That's true. We're doing a lot of outdoor. In fact, I'm working on an outdoor furniture line of my own, which hopefully will get off the ground in the next few months.
Good.
But I think that whether our projects are in Florida or up north, people enjoy outdoor living. So up north, we combine fire pits or outdoor fireplaces to give that cozy feeling on a fall night. And down here, people are outside all the time, so we're doing a lot of screened-in porches, lanais, all kinds of.
Any fire pits in Florida, or is it?
No, we've done fire pits in Florida.
It gets cold in the winter, relatively cold.
Yeah, there's a little nip in the air every once in a while. So
my kids want one. They want to make s'mores.
Exactly, exactly. It's all about the ambiance.
Okay, great. Well, I really appreciate you spending some time with us today, and good luck with the furniture line and all your work. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
Stay tuned, and we're going to have some closing thoughts with Ken in a moment.
Well, it's lights, baby. That's right. It's Rob Van Winkle, a.k.a. Vanilla Ice. Giving back is very important to me, and one of my favorite charities is Habitat for Humanity. Please help me help Habitat by donating all your old light fixtures to any Capital Lighting showroom in South Florida to either be repurposed in Habitat homes or sold in a Habitat restore. For more information, visit makinglivesbrighter.org. And on behalf of all those who will benefit from your generosity, thank you.
Welcome to the first installment, Closing Thoughts with Ken. Hi, I'm Ken. It would be ironic for anyone else to be doing Closing Thoughts with Ken. I guess ironic is not really the correct term. It's more the opposite of ironic. Would that just be ironic? I'm not sure that's a word. Anyway, it would be confusing to say the least. Why do people say to say the least? They're not actually saying less. What is the least that someone could say? Maybe just a syllable? Just a grunt? It's just a thought.